Good morning, everybody, to the first Monday in 2021. And as our slogan says, stop making excuses. And you guys are here. So thank you so much for joining. Today, we're going to work on a topic, setting your yearly theme and New Year's resolutions. So it's not just me talking. We're also going to work a little bit together on this. So in case you are new to our Monday morning motivation community, feel free to scan the QR code if you want to join the Chinese speaking community or the English speaking community. We now have 8 WeChat groups, nearly 3,000 members. And why did I start Monday morning motivation nearly 3 years ago? Well, I just thought that it would be nice to start on Mondays or in a new day and week or in a new year in a positive way. Being inspired, being motivated. Why not also improve our work on some self-development topics? And yeah, this is who we are. This is our great lineup for this month. Please remember, on Mondays, we have the MMM talks in English. And what is still new, we just started 1.5 months ago. We now have MMM in Chinese on Wednesdays. So you can see we have some great speakers here. And in case you ever miss a MMM talk on Monday mornings, we have recordings available. We have discounts to our partners even, so you can get our membership. Yes, good. Last but not least, nearly, if you're looking for a nice present, here we have the 365 Days of Motivation book. And basically, we have lots of quotes for every day, nice exercises for goal setting, gratitude journaling, etc., etc. And it's bilingual or only in English, as you like. Good. And last but not least, if you really like what we're doing, why not donate? And we give 50% to the 1 Million Tree Project. I'm about to, it's a good reminder this week, I really need to send a few thousand RMB to the project, and I'll share it in our WeChat group once it's done, so that you know that we really give the donations to the program. They plant trees in Inner Mongolia. So we try to do something good for our environment as well. Good, and I would say let's get it started. In case you do not know yet who I am, yes, I actually founded Monday Morning Motivation. My name is Janine Jakob, a German based in China now for 4 years. And all I do, I actually used to work for HP, so I have an IT business background. And yeah, nowadays I just do what I'm passionate about. Giving trainings on soft skills, communication, and happiness in the workplace, but also coaching to help you become happier, but also more successful in your life. Yes, so my company is called Full Potential Partners, and I'm based in Shanghai. Enough talking, let's get into the topic. Life is change, but growth is optional. So choose wisely, whether you want to grow or you don't want to grow. First of all, let me quickly check in with you guys. Raise your hand or write in a chat group. Year-end reflection. Have you done this? Basically meaning, did you reflect about your last year, about 2021? What went well, what didn't go well? Who of you has done it? No judgment. I've just finished it on January 1st. Anybody? Okay, no, really? Absolutely, do it every year. Wow, that's impressive. And Anastasia? No, from Infinitely Abundant. Yes, okay, from Mark. Tiffany, I'm happy to hear you're more excited about the new year nowadays. Yeah, literally, I had to meet up with friends on January 1st to do it, because I'm sometimes lazy too. Why not having some accountability partners when we actually go through the year-end resolution reflection? No, half. Okay, work in progress, Tiffany, that's fine too. Yes and no, I have started, would like to reflect some more. I actually sent my mom also this kind of list that I will share with you later. And my mom said, oh yeah, I did it in my head. However, guys, I highly recommend you take out your notebook and really write this down, okay? Now, let me quickly check in with you. Who of you has already set New Year's resolutions? Who of you has already done it? Raise your hand or write it down. Anybody who's already set New Year's resolutions? In my mind. That's a good start. Come on, Tiffany, that's the first step. That's already good. Pierre said yes, you've already shared one with us. Good. Wake up early. Yes, it's one of your resolutions. Partially still in progress, Anastasia. Good. I have goal and plans I have written down for this year. Great, next. Okay, guys, let's get it started. So it's the third day in 2022. In progress, Mark? Okay. So we just like checked on where we are standing with our goals and New Year's resolutions. Now, why do you need a yearly theme? Until 2 years ago, I didn't even know about yearly themes and why it's so important to actually have it. Let me ask you, why do you think it makes sense to have a theme for your new year? You can write it in a chat group. What do you think? Have a guess. Why could this be beneficial to you? It helps to stay focused and choose priorities, events, decisions. I think, Anastasia, you kind of summarized this really, really nicely. Overall goal for a year. Yes, thank you for sharing, Mark. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, number one is a vision for the year, a goal for the year, like something to go towards, right? A guided principle. It guides you when you make decisions. And it should be easy to remember so that you know what is your vision and what is actually this guiding principle. Now, how do we set a yearly theme? Tip number one I have for you here. Visualize the outcome. Put yourself here. Think about December 31st, 2022. How do you visualize yourself? And what you could also do is, instead of just writing it down, why not use a few pictures from the internet or print it out from, or cut it from magazines and create a vision board. I actually have a vision board on my, like next to my closet. That vision board is like for like, let's say 10 years or so. But why not create your own vision board for just this year? Like really visualize and do not just write down where do you see yourself at the end of this year. So try to be as specific as possible. Then number two, identify 3 key actions to take. For example, let's say you visualize yourself as you own a few companies or at the end of the year. Now the question would be, how can you get there? What is the action you would need to take in order to get there? For example, pitching to investors or whatever it is. Now, I would say I give you 1.5 minutes. Use the chat or take out your notebook now. We don't have too much time, but I want you to use this time. I'm sure you just had a few ideas that popped up. Reflect on number 1 and 2. Visualize the outcome. Where do you want to stand? And what are a few key actions you need to take? Use your notebook, use the chat as you like, and write it down now. Yes, take 1 to 2 minutes. Whatever pops up in your mind, write it down now. Few more seconds. Okay, now let me move on because of the time, because I want to cover a lot with you. Now, number 3 is when you look at all these actions and where you basically visualize yourself at the end of the year, what is the common idea or theme that they all have in common? And it could be, for example, creativity, new, better, connection, less, discover, and so on. Try to look what they have in common. Here are a few more words of the year. Earlier at 7 o'clock, we had some people, they said authenticity, sustainability, focus, whatever it is. The first word that pops up in your mind, even if you haven't reflected fully yet, just write it down in your notebook again. Give you a few seconds. This was shared by Angie, our MMM ambassador from Hangzhou. It was shared in our MMM groups a few days ago. Okay, now let's slowly move on. How to use your theme, that's the question now. And I actually realized in the second part of last year, I totally forgot about my theme. And it may have helped me to do a different kind of decision or focus sometimes. So what I told myself is this year, I definitely want to write down my theme. I'm going to put it right next to my closet, next to the vision board that I have, so that I can actually see it every day. Oh, infinitely abundant, you have been sharing fearless, walk in faith. Nice, thanks for sharing. So how can we use our theme now? Number 1, it helps us to make the right decisions towards our goals. It helps us to choose which opportunities we also want to focus on, and maybe opens new opportunities. And also it can help us evaluate what is important, what is my priority, and what is maybe not, what should I not focus on. So you see the theme is very, very powerful. Now, what is your theme for 2022? Why not share it in our chat? It doesn't have to be like the final theme. It could even be that you have 3 themes later on. Let's get inspired in the chat and let's write it down. What could be one part of your theme for 2022? I just wrote down abundance. It's probably one of my themes for this year. Last year I had authenticity as one of them. What may be your theme? Freedom, Yvonne, thank you for sharing. And then there's no right and wrong because every one of us is different, right? Oh, nice, so many answers. Flowing with life. Personal growth, Daniel. Robin says focus, action, and fearless. Mark says no fear. Nice. Okay, thanks for sharing. Now, guys, it's time to move on in the second part of our topic for today. Consistency. Okay, nice. Okay, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Oh, curious. Here's to a year. Cheers to a year of better habits, positive thinking, clean eating, and most of all, loving yourself. Okay, so let's talk about New Year's resolutions. And maybe for some people, the New Year's resolutions may look like this. Lose weight, again, lose more weight. Get fit next year. Give up alcohol, drink less, or maybe quit smoking. For other people, it could be find a new job, ask for a higher salary, whatever it is. But these are very common topics for a lot of people all around the world. However, these kind of New Year's resolutions are not really measurable or not really tangible. Another list with the New Year's resolutions for many people are, maybe yours looks like this. Here, get more sleep, drink more water. Here, the question is, what means more sleep for you? More sleep for you may be a different number than for me. Does it mean sleeping 8 hours per night? Does it mean sleeping 4 hours per night? Be more specific here. Drink more water. Like, what is more for you? We have different bodies. So yeah, try to give it a number, make it measurable and tangible. Drinking 2 liters per day, for example. Here, get more exercise. What is more? Again, try to be more like specific here. Read more. Does it mean 5 books per week? 5 books per year? Get more organized. What means organization for you? Try to define it. Like, how does being organized look like for you? Clean more often. Again, clean what or clean how? Wet or vacuum? Clean up your clothes or clean the kitchen? What means number 7? Explore more. Does it mean traveling 3 times per year? Like, yeah, give me more details here. Relax more. Have more patience. I like this one. But how do you really make this measurable? And also forget doing more. Yeah, of course, try your best, but really try to be more specific here. Yes, SMART goals, Nix was saying. Exactly. New Year's resolutions are goals that we want to achieve, right? So let's do a summary, like what means SMART goals, as Nix was saying, and I'll write it in a chat group. When you set your goals or your New Year's resolutions, make them here. S stands for specific. M stands for measurable. A means achievable. Like when you say you want to lose weight, is it achievable to lose 20 kilograms of weight in 2 months? Think about it, okay? And then R means relevant. This goes back to your why. And like, why do you want to do this? And T stands for time bound. Until when do you want to lose more weight? For example, in the next 3 months till end of March 2022. March 30th, 2022. Be very specific also when you write down the time. Now, so instead of just writing it down randomly, let me give you a few more tips actually here. Start with reviewing your past year. That's what I had just asked you, right? Who of you has done a review, a reflection of the past year? And I gave my mom a really good list. And I think I also shared this in all of the MMM groups. These are, oh no, it's going to come later. Sorry. But most important is, do not just think about it. My mom was saying, yeah, I thought about it. I answered your questions. But do not just think about it. You got to journal it. Write it down, guys. So you can go back. You can, like, something else may pop up that you can just like add on top to this. Reviewing your year means writing it down. Another really good tool here in order to review it is actually the Wheel of Life. Anybody who knows the Wheel of Life? It's a very typical tool that we use in coaching. Here you can basically see 7 different areas how you can classify your life. We have business and career, finances, health, family and friends, romance, personal growth, fun and recreation, and physical environment. Okay, some of you know the Wheel of Balance. Okay, some don't. Yes. I can, yeah, Yvonne, I can share it in the group later on, no problem. So yes, if you have the Wheel of Life, you see you have a scale from 0 to 10. And I want you to go back into 2021 and ask yourself, okay, looking at finances, how well did I do? How satisfied am I actually? And if when there's a 10, then it means continue the way you do it. No need to improve something. If there's maybe a 3, then this is maybe one of the areas you want to like come up with some new goals, some New Year's resolutions. But I would say is just choose one area at a time. Don't focus at all, like on all at once. Here, you can take a screenshot of these good questions for your year-end reflection. I had shared these also in our group chat a few days ago. However, talking about, these are just a few potential questions you can ask yourself. What I would like to suggest you is here, guys, it's like giving feedback. You're giving feedback to yourself. And what do we always say when we give feedback? Rule number 1, always start with something positive. What are the accomplishments, the successes that you have done and received in 2021? What are the new habits? What did you do well? Give yourself some compliments and start with the positive things. And then here you can continue and you can say, okay, then number 2, you can ask yourself, and then what can be improved? What do I want more in my life, right? So start with something positive, and then you can look at what you really want to improve, or like the negative things. Good. And now there is something called zero-based thinking. What you could also ask yourself is, for example, well, with what I know today about past situations and the way that I dealt with them, would I want to do the same thing again this time? Ask yourself this question. Now, what's the answer? If you now answer with, yes, continue like this. So your yes means just continue like this, okay? But if you now say no, then rather stop doing it. You have just been coaching yourself right here, right now. Now, let's talk about setting your New Year's resolutions. 5 more tips that I would like to give you here now, because we don't have too much time. Tip number 1, just do it. It's like Nike says it, right? Just start. Stop overthinking and start. If you say you want to go to the gym 5 times per week, okay, 5 times is a lot if you have never been to the gym before. So why not just start slowly by going to the gym once or twice this week? And then maybe next week you can add 1 more time, or 2 weeks later you can add 1 more time. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to the gym 5 times per week. How am I gonna do this? So most people, they're basically overwhelmed and they overthink because the goal is too big. So have a big goal, like as a SMART goal said, like you want to make it achievable, but start small when you go towards it. And create these habits step by step. And then here, number 2, make it obvious. So what we have decided earlier is, after this call, I'm gonna make a little group notice in all of our 8 MMM groups. And then we can write down some of our New Year's resolutions. So we can use each other in the community as as an accountability partner, because together we are stronger. Or like, let me show you this. I'm a big fan of Post-its. So you can just like write it down in Post-its. Let me show you this. So you see here, that's one of my boards where I have like different kind of motivation, and you see my sticky notes, right? My Post-its. I'm a big fan of this. Make it obvious so you can see it. Tip number 3, believe in yourself and your success. So it's about 2 months ago that something happened and I got into this really big, interesting business deal. And I was like, gosh, it's so big. If that really works out, it's gonna be a miracle. And then like, now you could get frightened, like, oh my gosh, why should I get this, right? But then on the other hand, guys, I mean, you gotta believe in yourself and your success. I have received miracles in my life before. So why should I not get another miracle in my life? I mean, I've been working towards this, right? And so on, but believe in yourself and that you are worth it to achieve your New Year's resolutions and to achieve your goals. If you don't believe in yourself, who is gonna believe in you? Which brings me to tip number 4, visualize it. That's what we said earlier with the vision board. You can create a vision board, but you can also just like do a regular meditation. That's sometimes what I do, or I do my affirmations, and you can just like close your eyes for a second now and you can just like think about it. Guys, you can do this right here, right now. Close your eyes quickly and just think about it. Where do you see yourself on December 31st in 2022? See all the colors and shades. Like, in which city or country are you? Are you inside or outside? Like, visualize it, see it. Are there some people surrounding you? Are you by yourself? Close your eyes and just visualize. What have you achieved until then? Are you a millionaire? Do you have your own family? Are you on vacation? Visualize what you have achieved until the end of 2022. Just see it. Maybe smell it. Is there a smell of coffee, for example? Really like visualize it. And then most important is I want to add some feelings in there now. Now that you have achieved your goals, your New Year's resolutions, how do you feel? Do you feel happy, proud, excited? Add this feeling as if you have achieved these New Year's resolutions right here, right now. How do you feel? And visualize it. You achieving your New Year's resolutions. And practice this more often and regularly. This is really how you train your brain. This is like neuroscience. This is how you train your brain. That's what athletes, for example, do. They visualize it, they feel it. And it's like, for example, a basketball player dunks the ball over and over again, and they visualize it. That's how they train their brain and even their muscles already. Now, tip number 5, last but not least, Pierre, you and I, we were speaking about this earlier, right? Knowing your why is a game changer. Like you mentioned, you want to get up between 5 to 6 a.m., right? Which is pretty early. Now, whenever we have our New Year's resolutions, our goals, or we do challenges, ask yourself, why do you want to do this? Why do I want to do that? Because this why, it's inside you. It's this inner strength that gives you this extra power and energy when you have these weak moments, these tough moments, and we all go through this, but it gives you this extra energy to do it and to get up at 5 o'clock or to join Monday Morning Motivation, to not make any excuses. So really ask yourself with every New Year resolution, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to quit smoking? Why do you want to drink more water, etc., etc.? Okay, guys, so we spoke about our yearly theme. We spoke about some of our New Year's resolutions that we want to set, but everything goes back to our mind. You can learn to have a strong mind. You can learn to basically, like, your mind can sabotage you through lots of negative emotions, but your mind can also serve you. And we can learn to train our mind so that the mind serves us more. And I offer a 7-week program. We're going to use a really nice app. We're going to have group coaching. So we have accountability partners, and training our mind can really help us. And there's a lot of research that shows this to get higher performance, better relationships, and also like to become happier. So in case you're interested in that, it's actually, the app was created by a Stanford professor. And I'm basically getting certified from him, Shirzad Shamin. And yeah, I'm adding the group coaching on top. So you can scan the QR code to get in touch with me. And now I would like to open this I would like to open the stage now for questions and answers. iPhone, you have just been asking me, like, what's the price for this? Originally, it costs 1,000 US dollars if you do it with the owner, with the founder. I'm able to make it a lot more sustainable, affordable, I mean, not sustainable, affordable, and I'm even adding group coaching on top. I'm not officially allowed to say the name, so just connect with me to say the number. Just connect with me on WeChat, and then I'll tell you all the details. Yeah, because that's the official price, right? Yeah, sorry about this. Okay, now let's open a stage. Let's talk about your theme. Let's talk about what are your New Year's resolutions that you have set this year. And feel free to ask more questions or have your own sharing. It's time for the Q&A. Yes, what other questions do you have? Or what New Year's resolutions do you have? We're also going to share this in the MMM group soon. Well, because of the time, we were not able to spend a lot of time on really writing it down. So what I did is on January 1st, I actually came straight from a business trip to Shenzhen. And my friend, she invited me to a potluck. We were 10 women eating delicious food, meditating, visualizing, and we did our reflections together. So yes, I know I'm a coach, but let's be honest, sometimes I'm lazy myself. So if I know I have somebody else who does it with me, it actually motivates me. So you can really like also just meet up with your friend, even if it's online, and you can just like reflect together. Yvonne, thanks for your message. I'm happy it was insightful and inspiring for you. Yeah, I'm going to share a few of the slides in our chat. And then you can also share a few with them. Okay, Daniel, can we change our year resolution? I mean, if something happens that makes plans change. So first of all, what I would say is when we set goals, try to stick to your goals. But let's be honest, life changes. Also here in China, everything's so fast moving, right? So things can happen. Of course, you can adapt it. The only question is, why do you change your goals? I don't want you to change your goals because you think it's because maybe you're like lazy or because you're mentally not strong enough, although you could actually achieve it. So when you set your goals and your New Year's resolutions, challenge yourself, but remember it should still be achievable. So if you change your New Year's resolutions, have a good reason for it, okay? And not just because, yeah, it is actually achievable, but I'm lazy. Hope this answers your question. Yes. And then also, like, you can make adjustments. Tiffany's asking how to start by making the goal at the first step. Lazy of writing down, too much stuff in my mind. Oh yes, I'm so lazy myself too. Yeah, I mean, it is beneficial for a lot of people to write it down so that you can always go back to your goals and New Year's resolutions. But you know what? Remember, just start somewhere. If you just write down one New Year's resolution, I'm not saying you need to have like a bunch of 10 different ones. But what is this one or maybe 2 or 3 these New Year's resolutions that you want to have? Why not just have one instead of too many? One is better, stick to it and achieve it, than writing down 10, like in the list we had before, and not achieving it and not doing it and being overwhelmed. So just start small with one. And once you achieved it, you can add these goals and New Year's resolutions anytime. It doesn't have to be January or December 31st to have new goals and New Year's resolutions. If you do one New Year resolution and after this you add another goal in your life, that's fine too. You can do it anytime, right? It's just like a trend to do it in new beginnings. You can have a new week resolution, a new month resolution. iPhone, love the idea of getting together. How do you find like-minded people who want to do that? Usually people don't want to do that. Even family members find it painful. Oh my gosh, I feel you. I know what you're saying. Like, I really had to find so many different ways to tell my mom, you should really reflect on your last year. So finally she did it, but she didn't write it down. She just did it in her head, right? Yeah, how do you find people? I mean, here in the MMM group, you can ask for people. You can ask a question in the group chat. Hey, does anybody want to set New Year's resolutions with me? We can have a WeChat call, or we can have a WeChat chat. Why not, right? That's why we have this community. And that's why later I'm also going to share a group notice where people can write down their New Year's resolutions, or maybe the theme for the year. Just use this group. Why not? That's why we're here. And next, might suggest a mind map for an overall idea, and then grow from there, Tiffany. I find this worked for me, and it was more visual appealing than just words on a paper. Beautiful. That's a great idea, Nix. Thank you so much for sharing. There's so many techniques on how you can do it, or even, as I said, with the vision board, if you're more a visual person, or maybe you can even do a voice recording, and you can just tell yourself with a voice recording. There's so many ways. Mind map is a nice one. Thanks, Nix. Anastasia, thank you, Janine. It was very insightful and interesting. My resolutions for now is to read before going to bed for 30 minutes, complete 12 books throughout the year minimum, but still working on changing plans into SMART goals. Yeah, I can change the SMART goal. I can share the SMART goal in our group chat later on. Yes, nice. I like that you wrote minimum of 12 books, because when you have this goal, it looks like it seems to be achievable for you. And sometimes people may even overachieve their goals. But if Anastasia now wrote down 50, it could already be demotivating. So find something that is achievable, but still challenging, like a good balance here. Okay, nice. Oh, good. Thanks. Yeah, iPhone, thanks for joining twice. Why not, right? Okay, do we have any other questions for today? Or any other sharings? You can also unmute yourself. Oh, let me quickly share our lineup with speakers for this month. We have really cool speakers coming up. Happy to hear it was insightful and fun. So this is our lineup. Remember, Mondays is for English MMM. Wednesdays, we now do this for 1.5 months already. We have a Chinese version of MMM. Different speakers, different topics. So next week on Monday, we have Maxima. Yes, she is a student, but we can learn from each other different kind of things, no matter what your background of nationality is, if you're poor or rich, if you're young or old, man or woman, we can always learn from each other, right? So yeah, Maxima is really a good example to talk about finding your place in a multicultural environment. Then we have Sia, a Russian lady, talking about ignite your inner sun. Then we have Bota. Bota is actually our MMM team member. She creates our beautiful, nice flyers. And she's going to speak about FOMO, fear of missed opportunities and how to overcome it. And then we have millennial Rachel Chang, all day, everyday motivation, how I stayed motivated through school and 2 startups. She's super young, but yeah, already has 2 startups. And then I apologize, my Chinese reading is not that good. So we have Iran. She's actually, I always call her my personal healer, and one of my oldest friends. I met her in Los Angeles. She actually lives in Beijing now. And Iran is like a psychologist and an aromatherapist. Yes. Then we have Jenny Chow, Lily Huang, Terrence Clark. So yeah, just come and join us, get motivated. And as I said, if you love what we do, feel free to donate to us, and we give 50% to the 1 Million Tree Project. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you all have a great start in a new day, in a new week of this new year. Take a few minutes, write down or visualize your New Year's resolutions, and write down or set a theme for yourself as well. Okay, I wish you all the best. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your great questions. Happy Monday, everybody. Take care. Good to see you. Thank you. Daniel, good luck for your exams. Yes. Bye, Amy, Better, Cooper, Fiona, Lillian, iPhone, Pierre, Robin, Selena,
Thank
Stephen,
you.
Tina, Jack, Nix, Lillian, Infinitely Abundant, Huawei, Hyder, Daisy, Better, Anastasia. Take care, guys. Thank you for coming.